Okay, perfect. So we're recording. I just wanted to say if you're on here, I'm super proud of you. I know it's late for those on the Eastern Standard Time or whatever, but make sure you have pens and papers out, ready to take notes, especially like if you're already on here and maybe you're not new, you need to take notes to know what you need to train your team on. Like Newbie to Ruby Zoom isn't just for a newbie. It's for everyone. It's literally for anyone in this business. So maybe if you sign a customer or sign a distributor and you're confused on like, what are my next steps? Every single thing we're about to go through in this Zoom is going to help you get started. So first off, make sure you have your cameras on, pens and papers out. Do not unmute yourself. Everyone is muted. So let's try to like make it smooth sailing across this next hour, and make sure you don't unmute yourselves because sometimes we hear conversations and it's just not very good. So first up, we're going to have Sierra kind of just talk about the basics, everything that you need to know when you first started, perk points, etc. So Sierra, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi, guys. So I'm just so excited that everybody's hopped on, and we're all going to pour a little bit into you, just kind of going over what happens when you're new. So let me, hold on a second. Okay. So I want you guys to drop a 1 if you're excited in the chat. And I want you guys to utilize the chat if you have any questions, because maybe as other people are talking, we can kind of jump in there and answer any of those questions that you might have. So also, I wanted to ask you guys, if you've downloaded the Captivate app, you really should, because you can go right on there and download the steps to success. And this is huge. I just sent this to some of my newbies today. It's going to tell you step by step what the basic steps are. So listening to Stephanie and Cami talk last night, it's just keeping it simple, you guys, and duplication over and over and over. So when you sign up, you guys are all here signed up. What are you going to do first? You're going to log into your eSuite. You're going to fill out those forms and get familiar with eSuite. And then the first step you're going to do is try to be commission qualified. So what is commission qualified? There's 2 ways to be commission qualified. You're going to have 150p BV or set up an 80 BV auto shipment. We recommend to do the 80 BV auto shipment because you're getting products in your hand, using those products and promoting those products. So either way gets you commission qualified. And it's so important, you guys. Like, one month, I messed up a Ruby paycheck because I wasn't commission qualified. And Rachel preached it over and over and over. And I don't know where my head was at. And that 1 month, I didn't get a Ruby check because I wasn't commission qualified. So that is important. After you know that you're commission qualified, you want to enroll your first 4 loyal customers, okay? Now, there are a couple different ways to have a loyal customer. There's a retail customer and then your loyal customer. So your retail customer, they can sign up and not have an automatic shipment run every month, but they're going to get a $50 membership fee. So you just want to make sure you're enforcing that. But signing up as a loyal customer, that fee is waived, and then they'll have 3 months of auto shipment. And that's going to be huge because you know that okay, I signed this loyal customer up. I have 3 months in a row that person is going to order from me, and I can kind of plan my future out of what I need to have coming in. So signing up that loyal customer for the free 3-month auto shipment deal is huge. And then once you sign up your first 4, you're going to earn a shopping spree within your first 30 days. So that needs to be done in your first 30 days, shopping spree for loyal customers. Spoiler, if it'd be customers, then you earn your shopping spree. Okay, so that's step 2. And then step 3 is you're going to try and go Ruby. So you're finding teammates to build your income, and going Ruby, you're going to have your 3 qualified legs. I don't know if you guys can see that. Kind of seems like it's bright. But also, you know, what's a qualified leg? I'm sure, you know, that's been a question for you. And a qualified leg is going to be 400 total volume under that leg. So when you sign your first distributor, that distributor needs to get to 400 for you to have a qualified leg. And you need 3 qualified legs to go Ruby, or $2,000 volume, or $2,000, 2,000 GB volume. Okay, let's see. I just want to walk you through on the Connect app. If you guys, I don't know, we're kind of short on time, so I don't want to get too much into it. But in the Connect app, under resources, there's going to be before and afters. There's your steps to success, hundreds list, Ruby charts, and that's huge. You know, you can, I wish when I started we had the Connect app. I'm still kind of getting into it and using it. But utilize that, and they're updating that all the time. Let me see what else. I think that's pretty much, you know, it for getting started. Just keeping it simple and realizing I sign up, I get my first 4 loyal customer, or I'm commission qualified, 4 customers, and then your shopping spree, and then you're building your team after that. So, and you know, if you have questions, bother us. We want you to bother us. Like, if you're bugging us, that's a good sign. So don't feel that you're not bothering who signed you up. We always want you to ask questions. We're always here for you to help you. So that being said, I think I covered most of it. Jill's going to talk about posting. So go ahead, Jill.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Okay, so first off, with posting on Facebook, like this is like, I feel like this is like number one, you guys. So before you became a distributor, you would like post, like you'd share videos and share funny things on Facebook all the time. With the algorithm of Facebook, that's going to put that, it's going to go like above on, like when you're scrolling through your timeline, that's going to go above like your regular posts, like your product posts or like personal posts on there. So we really like urge you guys not to be posting those all the time. Like if you think you see a funny video or something that one of your friends want to see, just tag them in it instead of sharing it on your wall, because that's going to fill up your feed and people aren't going to see that you're like an It Works distributor. Because when you want, like when somebody goes to your Facebook, like that you want them to know that you're selling something, that you have like the keto coffee or keto energy or something like that. So that's number one. I feel like that's like a big one. And don't be negative. Like don't put any negative things on your Facebook. Be positive. Have like good posts on your Facebook. If you guys are like struggling with figuring out what to put on your Facebook, like go out to your upline, copy the right cap. That's like a big thing. So you guys have all of us top leaders on here, so you can go to our page and you can like kind of look at one of our posts, copy it, but make it your own. Don't do word for word. Don't do exact same pictures. You guys make the post your own. You don't want them to see like the same thing like 7 times if they have like 7 It Works distributors on their page. And somebody goes and they copies like their leader's post and you see it 7 different times in the same day. You're not being original about it. And the next thing, okay, with product posting, I always do a product post a day. And I feel like that's a good way to show people, like I do the keto coffee all the time because that's what's like made me lose the most weight. So you guys need to be using the products and like sharing your success. Sorry, Piper is not sleeping. It's okay, just a second, okay? And so I don't know where I was at. She distracted me. Oh, using the products and like sharing your success. Like I posted on my stories. I make my coffee every morning and I will make like a boomerang or put it on my Instagram or something like that. So a product post is like number one. If you guys can't figure out what to do for a product post, what I do is like with the coffee, I'll go and I'll like look at the ingredients, look at what it's supposed to do and like write some of that stuff down, like the key points that I feel like the people who are following me on Facebook want to see, or like what I like the most. And then another one is an opportunity post. So you guys can like, I know a lot of you guys are new, but you can explain like what the company's done for you so far or how amazing these girls are, or share somebody else's story and be like, who's ready to join in with me or something like that. And hold on, sorry. I try to get her to sleep before this. But then the next thing, this is, okay, you can have this. The last thing is keep it to like 1 product a week. Don't fill them up with like 5 different products a day or every other day, like hair, skin, and nails, keto coffee, then like something like the defining gel or something like that. Keep consistent. So like if you guys are doing like the chocolate greens and the keto coffee, you can like post about those two products together, or like the triple threat, but keep it to like one product a week. Maybe switch it up in between if you're using those, but you don't want to like confuse them or give them like let's say you're doing like the Thermofy X and hair, skin, and nails. They don't want to think the hair, skin, and nails is for like weight loss. You don't want to confuse them. So that's my last one. And then posting like selfies and stuff, you guys. Take pictures with the products. Sorry, like if you get dressed up one day, take like 5 pictures in like a different shirt or something, and like show them like every other day or something. You don't have to post a selfie every single day, but it helps. I feel like you get more interactions when you're posting pictures. So next, we're going to talk about pictures, and that's Charisma. I don't know if I see her on here. Go for it, girlfriend.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay? Okay, I apologize if there's any kids that you can hear in the back, because I have 4 of them. So, okay, so pictures. Pictures are a huge portion of your business. So I kind of think of it as like a store. You're like when you walk into a store, like a storefront, it's like aesthetically pleasing, and that's how you want like your page to be. So with pictures, if you're scrolling through like your Facebook or your Instagram, you're gonna see pictures that they like catch your eye, and this is like going to be like basically like what stops your scroll. So you don't want these pictures to be like super spammy looking, or like the black and green bling, like that kind of thing. You kind of want to brand yourself. So like what I do is you basically like want to find like some key things about yourself, and those are some of the things that you'll want to throw in your pictures. So we'll do, like for me, it's like the kids, we do pictures of the kids, the dogs. I have lots of product that I can take pictures with the product, but if you don't have product yet because you're new, there is an It Works corporate page that you can actually go to, and they have pictures of product there, like even people like holding it. So like you can borrow those just to kind of make those pictures look better. And then one of the other things I do is I use a couple of different apps that I edit my pictures with, because you want your pictures to be like a higher quality. You don't want to just take like a picture in like bad lighting and stuff like that. You'll want your pictures to be clear, high quality, like take the time on like a good day, like she was saying, and go take a couple pictures outside, like where you have like the good natural lighting. I do a lot of them like in front of my window, and then you can like save those up for bulk. And I use presets from Etsy. So I find them on there, like there's like a ton of them. They have them for like different seasons, like you can change them up. So there's like the bright peachy ones, the darker toned. And then I kind of just go like based off like the surroundings. Like in my house, it's kind of like a darker tone. So a lot of my stuff is like blue, like a darker bluish theme, but they have them on there for about $5. And then you just do a Lightroom app is what it's called. And it gives you directions when you buy your preset to how you'll download it into your Lightroom app. And then so basically you can pick your color theme that way. And then another app that I use is PicTop Go, and you can do different edits. Like I kind of make my pictures a little bit more clear that way. So like a crispy theme, like a kind of gives like more detail to it, so it's not so blurry. And then I think there's also a Visco, I think you pronounce it. That's another app that I kind of used in the beginning, and it has like a lot of different filters on it too. Yes. I didn't know if it was VSCO or Visco, but I loved that app in the beginning. And actually, if you go on Pinterest with that one, if you like type in the Visco app, they have like different ways you can do some of the different filters to create a certain look. But that is pretty much all I have for pictures. So I think, yes, I think expanding is next, expanding your network.
Hi guys, Charisma, did you want to talk about how to overlay anything?
Oh gosh, I almost forgot. I have like 4 kids over
I got
here.
you, girl, I got you.
They're making me wild tonight. Okay, so for overlay, yes, this is like a big part. So PixArt is the app that I use for this. And what it is if you go into PixArt, anytime that, like if I get paid or if I sign a customer or distributor, I screenshot the email, or I'll screenshot like the amount, but you always want to blur out the amount that you're getting paid. You don't want to show that. But I'll screenshot the emails, and then I will cut the email down to just like a little square. And if you go into your PicsArt, you can upload, like I do, like selfies or just a pretty good picture. And then if you go into PicsArt, there's a spot there that you can add in the overlay. So you can, and I'll kind of like take the opacity, I think it is, down to where it's like kind of see-through and stuff. So it's not just like blah, like right on your picture. But it's kind of like a nice way to just like get that in there. And like you can still talk, like I add it into like my lifestyle posts all the time. And it's just like a nonchalant way of like putting it out there, like, oh, hey, by the way, I signed a customer or distributor, or hey, like I just got paid. And then people get curious, like they'll like zoom in on these pictures, you guys, just to see this stuff. But yeah, that works like really well. I can't tell you how many messages I've got just from that, because they're like, oh, it seems like you're doing really well.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure you get in there, because I think that's one thing that's like super, super important when it comes to posting, is that like how you said, like nonchalantly putting it out there that, yeah, I signed a customer. That's not really what I'm talking about in this post, but FYI, I did that too while I was living my best life today. Anyways, hey guys, I'm Bethany. I'm gonna talk just like a little bit about expanding. I get the questions all the time about like, how do I expand my network? How do I expand my network? And I was actually talking to Lakin about this week, and I was like, dude, I need some good videos that I can share with people. And honestly, I haven't found any great ones yet. So I think that is maybe a Zoom that I really want to do. It's just all about expanding network. But my best tips that I have for you guys is, so when you're going, let's just say to Facebook, because that's usually where we're going to get our customers from, right? Like I focus Facebook for customers, and then Instagram for distributors. That's just how I find it best. Yes, I know people get host to post up from Instagram, but I don't have like the best of luck. So I like to stick to Instagram to Facebook for that. So I've been kind of doing what I do just like a little bit differently and switching up, because I used to just, start at like someone on my Facebook page that I knew, maybe lived in another state or something like that. And that's great to do that too if you know someone, but you can only like start there so many times before you keep running into the same people. And so one thing that I've been doing, and I've been getting this from a lot of top leaders like Courtney Bohr, Cheyenne Knox. If you don't follow them, you need to. But anyways, I got from them just like typing in things like Texas boutiques, California boutiques, and following all the boutiques, because when people are posting on boutiques, they're usually, if you like boutiques, they're usually posting new photos every single day. And so then you see who likes it. And if they're like a well-known boutique also, then they're probably going to get like several hundreds of likes every single day. So if you guys just literally, and if you want to, you can get your phone out so that you know what I'm talking about when I do this, but I just literally pull up my Facebook app. I go up to the top and hit the little magnifying glass button, and then I'm just going to type in, let's just say Texas boutiques for just for an instance. Yellies is going to love this. Yellies, I'm moving to Texas one day. That is literally my dream life, is to live in Texas. I love Texas so much. Every time we visit there, I want to go there, or I want to live there. Anyway, so let's say type in Texas boutiques, right? And then I'm going to, it just pops up with like the top 3 first boutiques that come up. This one has 34,000 likes. This one has 91,000 likes. So I'm just going to choose that one, because obviously it gets a lot of traffic flow. There's going to be a lot of interaction on it and stuff like that, because it has a ton of likes. So I scroll down. I see that the first one has 38 likes. The first one has 292 likes. So this is going to be really good. So I'm just going to click right here. If I can get it. Yeah, right here. I'm going to click on like who liked it. And then it's going to show me that there was 291 people. So these are 292 people that I probably have never added on Facebook. And I'm just going to click on it, and I'm just going to start going through. Okay, so like the first girl, and this is like, not that it's bad, guys, because I'm not saying that you need to judge people, like, because that's a really bad way of putting it. But the things that I ask myself, I'm like, okay, like, are they pretty? Like, is someone going to see their Facebook and want to interact instantly? And that's not bad I don't feel like that's bad when you see those things. Like, are they pretty? Like, Do they have a fun personality? You can tell these things you can tell if a host to post is going, because that's what I'm always thinking on Facebook. What if host to post go well over on this page, like on this girl's page? And yeah, you can turn it into a distributor, but I always start on the host to post. So I'm going to just like click on the first girl. Okay. Like she has over 1,000 friends. So that's one thing. If you guys want to write that down, that's one thing that I always look at. How many friends do they have? She has over 1,000 friends. So that's a really good sign, because that means that not only are you going to be hitting your network, you're going to be hitting 1,000 friends on her network. So that's like a really good thing. I go down, in her first picture she posted, yes, she's an older lady, but you guys, older ladies are a freaking gold mine. Like, I know that sounds bad, but think about it. Like, she lives in Texas. She's an older lady. She has a lot of friends. I can tell that she has good style. She obviously likes this boutiques page, which probably means that she's like willing to spend money. Like, you just think about things like that. And these are the questions that I constantly ask myself. And it's not that it's not going to take you this long. Like, once you get like a rhythm of going, it happens so much faster. But when you first start, just start asking yourself these questions. How many friends do they have? How many likes are they getting? Is their page appealing? What are they posting a ton of vulgar things? Kind of what Jill was talking about. Are they posting things like funny videos all the time and it's not getting a lot of interaction? If their own personal stuff isn't getting a lot of interaction, then your stuff that's gonna get posted on their page, if they say yes, isn't gonna get a lot of interaction. So those are no drug, sex, and politics. I freaking love you, Gracie. You're so cute. Anyway, so I look at all those things. I'm just scrolling through all of her pictures. They're all getting at least 20 likes, which is a really good sign. And she's posting on a regular basis. That's another thing you want to look at. When's the last time that they even posted? Was it last year? Because if it was last year, their page isn't probably getting a lot of interaction. So I'm just going to hit, and the last thing that you look at is, are they part of another MLM? If they are, or part of something else, then, you don't want to add those people. It's just like a waste of your time. Just move on. But she's not. It says that she's an office manager at a place. And so I'm adding her as a friend. And again, like, it's going to go a lot faster, but once you get that rhythm down of like what you're looking for, it's going to go super, super quickly. I used to be so bad at just like, when this would come up, I would just look at their pictures and hit add friend, add friend, add friend if I liked their picture. And I started realizing that it was not taking me as much time to add my friends off like the bat. But then when they're adding me, then I'm going and looking at it. I see that they're part of another MLM, or I don't like their Facebook, or it has a lot of vulgar stuff on it. And then I'm just having to delete them. So if you just take the time to look at all that stuff on the front side, you're going to save yourself a lot of time when they pop up. Because when you see accept friend, then you can instantly just go interact on their stuff and just start jumping right into the, doing your steps, interacting with them, liking their stuff, commenting on their stuff, making them see that you're there and that you can message them for host to post in the next few days. So that's what I really focus on. I think I want to talk about, so boutiques, you can type in hotspots if you know that there's like Kansas City Power and Lights, Myrtle Beach. Like, you can just come up with places that a lot of people like to go, that they've tagged themselves in photos, and that is that. And then the last thing, page hopping, is like the last thing I do. So I thought that this, like, yes, she was an older lady, but she has like a lot of friends, and she has her friends so that I can see them. So I'm just going to go to her friends, and I'm going to just start adding off her friends. And I'm probably going to add 5 to people off her friends. And then one of the people that I add off hers, then I'm going to go to their friends. And it's called page hopping, because you're expanding your network farther and farther and farther. You never want to add like a mass amount of people off one Facebook friend, because of the fact of one, like, when you are asking people to do host to post, if you're asking all of them to do host to post and they're all in the same friend group, then they're all just going to be looking at each other's host to posts, which is like redundant of this whole process of doing host to post. It's to reach people that you wouldn't normally reach, not to reach like the same friend group. So that's why I only do like 5 people off the same Facebook, and then I go to the next Facebook and I do 5 people off that Facebook, and then I go to the next one. And you should keep getting farther and farther and farther and farther away, that you're like going to new cities and going to new states. And it really is like, if you're doing the due diligence to really take the time to look at their stuff, see how many friends they have and all of that, it really, like, it might seem tedious like in the front side, but really like once they start adding you, you can just go straight into interacting. You can go straight into messaging them for host to post in the next few days. Never message them for host to post as soon as they add you, because that's just screams spam, and that's not what we are about. And that just gives multi-level marketing the worst name ever. I think that was all I was gonna say. Oh, my last thing is, I know, I'm sorry, you guys like to talk, or I always talk a lot. I'm really sorry. Like, you can always laugh at me. But I think the last thing I was gonna say is, when people add you on Facebook, when you're expanding, never go straight into messaging them. Like, just not even like a, hey, like, thanks for the friend request. Don't do that. It's weird. Just don't do it. Like, I know that it might seem like friendly and you want to say thank you, but like, normal people, if you're adding them on Facebook, that's not what you do. When you were, before you were in this company, if someone would have added you on Facebook and instantly went to messaging you and saying, hey, thanks so much for the ad, I hope you have a good day, you would be like, dude, you're weird. Why are you messaging me already? We just became friends 2 seconds ago. So put yourself in their shoes. Sometimes it might be innocent on your side, and you might just be like, yeah, I just wanted to say hi and show them that they're there, that you're there. Dude, they just added you on Facebook. They already creeped you for 5 minutes. Like, you don't have to say hi. They know who you are. They've already creeped you. Like, I don't like that word, but they have already creeped you. They already know what's going on. They already know that you're probably going to be messaging them because they see that you're like in It Works or doing something like that. And so if you are the person that actually leaves them alone and like waits a week or waits like 4 or 5 days before you message them, you're going to have such a better response, because they're going to be like, wow, you weren't that normal person that just like hit me up right away after I accepted your friend request. And you actually took the time to like interact with me. And you actually took the time to, comment on something that didn't have anything to do with you wanting me to buy product from you. So just think about that, like, and think about how you would react if like you were in their situation. And yeah, like what Lakin said, just like building that relationship before you even message them, that they see you and they know you and they're probably watching you, but you don't have to be that weirdo that like messages them right off the bat and puts up that like weird vibe like right away, because that's not what we want. But yeah, I think that's all I have. I'm always really bad at ending this, you guys. So who is next? Host post? Who's doing host post?
I am.
I don't even know.
Before I go into that, can you guys hear me okay? Am I echoey? Am I good? So before I go into host post though, back to expanding too, I've been kind of playing around with photographers. So people who are taking pictures, like if you're following, you don't necessarily even have to follow them on their page, but you can go to their page. And if people are paying money to take pretty pictures, then, I mean, that's kind of like what, we're doing. We're trying to take our pretty pictures. But if you're seeing that people are paying people to do that, then they're wanting pretty pictures on their page too. So that's kind of the thing that I've been trying, is trying to like add those people and go to their page and see like their friends and stuff like that too. So that was just something I started doing today, I think it was, because I started noticing it now. I was like, oh, okay. But anyways, okay, so host to post. You guys hear me all the time talking about your friends list, everything, print it off. If you haven't seen, how to print it off, talk to your upline. It's super easy. It's crucial. I've been trying something different with it as well, because if you're adding to your Facebook every single day, if you're adding to your Facebook every single day, then so every single week I'm going back through and I'm reprinting off like from the prior week to go back through to interact with those people. And obviously if you don't have a printer or anything like that, then you don't have the time to always go back and print it. You can go to your profile and click on friends and go to recent and go and interact with all of those recent friends that you've had if you aren't immediately interacting with them. And this is going to help them see your posts more. So if you say you're doing a giveaway or anything like that, like you're wanting to interact with different people, because I'm sure a lot of you are the same way as I was, where I had so many people who they never were interested in the product. They were never interested in the business. All they wanted was free stuff. And they just are like, sure, I'll host a post for you. Like, I've done it 5 times, but what else do you got? And
even though we do have so many different products and they can post multiple times for you, if you're getting somebody that's only doing that, like, you just want to delete them. Just take them off of your Facebook, get rid of them, start new, get new people on your Facebook. And that's, with adding consistently, you're going to have that. And if you're going through and you're interacting with them, then they're going to, if you're giveaway or even if you're not, people like to give their opinion. So what I've been doing, instead of just, I know a lot of us are like, hey, I'm gonna PayPal you $40 tonight, whatever. I've been doing where, like, I had a picture of an ice cream cone or something, and like asking people what their favorite, flavor of ice cream is, or their favorite summer drink, or something like that, to get them to engage. So, and you can still put in the status that it's, the first 100 people to drop a comment is going to, get a chance to win $40 or get a chance to win free product or anything like that. You can put that in your post. You don't have to. I have some scripts. Obviously you want to like switch them up or whatever. And once we get the recording and everything on there, I'll put them in the comments for everybody. But I've found that has gotten my network so much more expanded for my host a post than just going through and asking people to host a post. So, and that doesn't even have to say like you're giving away anything. Even if you just throw up like a few, bags of chips, like which one's your favorite bag of chips? You're going to have people interacting on there that you haven't seen before. And that gives you the opportunity to click on their profile, see if you've messaged them before, or see if you've interacted with them, and go through and interact on their page so they do see you. So then a few days later, you can go and ask them to host a post for you because they've seen you, they've commented on your post, they've seen you, so they don't think it's so weird. But definitely going back through, if you don't have the time, when somebody accepts my friend requests, if I'm working and it's, I'm on my phone and I see them, I'll go to their page immediately and I'll start interacting. And that's going to obviously help, but we all have lives and we always can't do that. So going into your profile, clicking on friends, and then you click on recent, you're going to see all those people that just accepted your friend requests, and you go and you start interacting with them. And if you're doing that, again, like, Bethany was saying, I can't even say that word. If you're doing that every single day and you're adding, and then you're going and you're interacting, people aren't going to find it weird for you at all. Let's see. Basically just keeping up with that, interacting, deleting the people that, seriously, it feels so good. Like, you think that, like, you want your goal to be those 5,000 friends. You don't want 5,000 duds on your page. You just don't. And deleting people off of your page actually brings in more interaction with you, with different people that you've never had interact on your post before. And if you're not just posting like, hey, I have a free cleanse, or hey, I have this, comment below. If you're having new people put on your page, some people might not know what the cleanse is. They might not know what the product is. So you're going to want to make sure that you're getting other people to interact in other ways. And that's how getting your host to post up are going to help. And I haven't done this often, but I've tried it out with a few people too, is if they do agree, or most of the time it's somebody that's interested in the product and they can't afford it right now, and you just say, okay, no problem, how would you feel about throwing up a post for me in the meantime, if yada yada yada, I'll hook you up, whatever. And if they say yes, you can ask them, well, because we do have multiple different host posts that we can do, either for product or for the business or whatever, whichever product you're using, and ask them. I mean, it's their social media. Ask them, say, what do you think would get more interaction? Because in all reality, they want the free stuff. If you're going to tell them that you're going to give them free product for something, then they're going to want those comments. They're going to want that interaction on their post. So asking them, I don't feel is really like rude, weird, just, you know, ask them, like, what do you think the interaction, you know, are people looking to grow their hair out or lose weight or whatever? And give them that option. And if they say they don't know or whatever, then give whatever is working for you. But a lot of times people are going to know their social media. They're going to know their friends. So asking them, like I said, I haven't started doing that often until about like this week, but I feel like it's gotten a lot more interaction on them. Because again, people love free stuff. And just again, with the opinions, just putting it up there, you know, ask somebody their opinion on something. People love to give their opinion. And that's, I think, pretty much it. Just again, going back to the interacting, make sure you're interacting and adding. So who's next? DTs.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so just one more thing, going off of what Ariane just said. When you are brand new in this business, when she says like giving something away for free, like what I say, I put in the chat so you guys can copy and paste if you need to and kind of like play around with that. But when you are brand new, obviously we know you don't want to spend money on more product to give away. Here's what you do though, you guys. If you say you could potentially get a free sample pack or a free sample or a free product, the rule of thumb that I use is if they sign up, or like if you sign up at least 2 customers from a post, then they maybe could get a sample pack. Or if you don't have that many products, pick a product and send them a sample. Like people don't care, they love free stuff, just like she said. So and then also if you sign like 4 customers or maybe like 2 really big ones, like you just have to gauge like what your I don't want to say like benefit from it was, but what, you know, whatever, like however many you signed. If you sign 4 and you can afford to send them a free product, or you have a free product that's unopened at your house, then send it to them. Because here's the thing, I'm not going to go into like all of this, but it just like crossed my mind. I was like, yes, we used to do this so much when I first joined. And here's the thing, you're not always going to have to send products. Like I sent in probably like 6 to 8 months of doing host to post, like back in the day before it was like really a thing, I sent out maybe 2 whole free products, but I signed a ton of customers. You know what I mean? So don't think like, I'm scared to say I'll give them something for free. You just say, I'll give you, you could potentially get something for free, and then like just keep it at that. So I don't want to like focus too much on that, but you jogged my memory and I was like, yes, we used to do that so much. I'm like, why? Because we started so much to like rely on giveaways that I feel like if we're not doing a giveaway, in our mind, we think, oh, maybe we can't do this, or maybe we can't do that. That goes for anyone, whether you just started or whether you've been in for a while. So I just wanted to say that. So going into distributors, a lot of you that are on probably signed up for like $49. Okay. Drop a 2 in the chat if you did. I just want to see like the ratio of who we have on here. So, but here's the deal, you guys. $49, that's like nothing to start your business. $100 is still nothing to start your business. Okay. And that's coming from me. Like I had 63 cents in my account when I joined. I did not have the money. I had to borrow it. And $99 for me was a lot, but for the person, they were like, yeah, I'll give it to you if it's going to help you. So don't think that, oh, I signed up for $49 and I barely had that. Like this person's not going to join my team. Like don't think that you have to wait to have success before you can, like build your team. Don't think you have to wait at all. Like you can talk to anyone, and that's what I want to get into. So just be confident in what you have your hands on. Maybe you just joined, and most of you who are on here just did, but if you just joined, or if you have someone on your team that just joined and they're so scared of this opportunity, you just have to like get over it. It's okay, but you have to literally just go. Like you are going to have a better start if you joined, or if you join and you get started right now versus like kind of being back on your heels. So when you join, if you haven't done this already, I really encourage you guys to do it either right now or after the Zoom, because this is what's really helped me during the business. When you join, you don't have a success story. Like my story from yours is so different. But my story used to be your story. It's similar. You know what I mean? And I still like, I keep our EBT card. I don't know if I even have it right here, but I keep our EBT card. It's literally right here on my desk. this reminds me of like where we were when we first started. We were on food stamps, we were on WIC, we were on all the things, and I was sick and freaking tired of it. Like, it sucked. And so many people on here, you might resonate with that, you might not, and that's okay. But when I joined, that's what I talked about. It was so uncomfortable, you guys, for people in high school, or like from my old high school, because I'm 23, so I was 21 when I joined, so I'm still young, but I was a little bit younger then. So when I joined, I was 21, I was on WIC, I was on food stamps, a new mom, struggling, like all the things. And I knew people saw that. People from back home were probably judging me. Like, I didn't care though, because I'm trying to better myself. So what I'm saying is, don't care about anyone else's opinion about you. You did this business so you could better your life. Like, who cares about what anyone else says? They don't pay your bills. They have no say. And haters are just literally so ignorant to me. So be confident in what you have your hands on. Be confident in your story. Your story can literally be what you want to do with this business. I want to get out of debt. I want to pay for gas and groceries, or I want to get off WIC. I want to get off food stamps. Like, I talked about those things so much in the beginning because those were like my dream boards, like my vision. That is what it was. And so that is how you're going to attract people though to your page. When you talk about those things consistently, and we talk about it with confidence, I'm going to earn a $10,000 bonus. Like, if you just joined within the last couple months, you have 4 months from the day you joined to literally earn a $10,000 bonus. I did that in 3 months. Everyone on here could do that. Like, everyone on here literally can. You just have to have the mindset and just do it. And so, but putting that out there, when I joined, I was like so uncomfortable telling everyone in 3 months, at the end of August, I'm going to earn a $10,000 bonus. I was so uncomfortable. I didn't really at first believe that it was going to happen, but I had my leader there pushing me, telling me, you can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. I believe in you. And then by that 3rd month, I knew it was happening. You know what I mean? And I talked about it so much during that time period that people just kept coming to me, wanting what I was about to accomplish, wanting what I had. They wanted to be a part of it. And so writing down your why and writing down your story. And I still to this day have my why from back in the day written in my notes section of my phone. My why has changed. My story has unfolded. I am not even where I want to be yet, but just writing those things down in your notes section to look back at them on days like where it's hard, or to post about them, and posting about them consistently in different ways. So it doesn't always have to be a super long paragraph, it can be something super short, or you can go live and talk about it. So all of these things are things that, yes, it's about posting stuff, but that's what's going to attract people to your business. People want what we have. They want extra money. They want friendships. They want freedom. They want it all. So just being really, really open with that. Don't be scared to be open to write down your why. Like, once you're in this business a little bit longer, some people get out of the gates and they're like super comfortable. Some people don't, and that's okay. Just know that we've all been there. So make sure you're sharing it every single day. Your story doesn't have to be multiple times a day, but once a day, every day, whether it's in your stories and on your feed on Facebook, and then once on your story on Instagram. That's what I would do. I would make Instagram slides. If you don't have them already, like, you can do it on Over, or you could do it on Unfold. Unfold is an app we don't really talk about that much because we have Over now and it's a lot fancier, but Unfold is free. If you don't want to spend money on Over right now, that's fine, but make slides. And if you're having trouble, like, ask your upline, she'll help you. But sharing your story in your words, it's great to share other people's success stories, like sharing people that are in the top of the company, you know, what we've done, et cetera, but people want to see you and et cetera. So make sure you share those too. So when you're reaching out to people, sometimes we think, you know, our mind holds us back. And when we think if we don't have a success story, no one wants to join us, but we have to ask. Like, you never know if someone could benefit from this, no matter what job they have, no matter how well off you think that they are. Like, I had to learn this the hard way. I used to be so scared to message people that I was like, oh, they're so pretty. Or like, you know how we're all, I'm pretty sure we're all female that is on here. So we all have that comparison trap mindset. It's just how we're wired. Oh, that girl is so much prettier than me. I can't message her. Or, oh, she's in college. Like, she's in a sorority. Like, I can't message her. Or, you know what I mean? Like, all these things. And I started to change my mindset to where it was, if I'm scared to message them, that's who I need to message, because that's someone that I want on my team, but I'm too chicken to ask them. You don't want to do anyone a disservice of saying, hey, could you benefit from this business? Have you ever considered doing what I do? If they say no, that's okay. You planted a seed, and that seed will eventually harvest if it's their time. You know what I mean? This business isn't for everyone, but it is for, it can be for everyone, but it might not be right at that time. So it took Rachel 2 whole years to harvest our seed together. And if she would have quit on me, I probably wouldn't have joined with her. And that's just being honest. I probably wouldn't have joined at all. But being consistent is so important. And so just because someone says no right here on the spot, doesn't matter. Keep them in your back pocket. There are a couple of ways on Facebook. You can like save their page to a collections. On Instagram, you can also save their page to a collection. Super simple to do that. And that's how I like follow up with potential distributors. So I have a potential distributor like collections, like what's it called, album on Facebook or on Instagram. And I'll just go through those people every day. And like, that's who I interact with first. I'll reach out to them on their stories, like not even about the business, just forming a relationship, because the best people that have came into my business have been like harvested over time. So at one point I wrote down a list of people. I think I did this like last October. I took a piece of paper out, and I kid you not, I did this. Like it sounds a little crazy, but I wrote down every single person that I came across on my page that I thought, you know, kind of like what Bethany was saying, like I have things in my head that I'm like, I want this person for this reason. So, you know, if their page is attractive, or yes, if they have a good page, but if they're moms and they're struggling, or if they're sorority girls or people in college, or people that talk about being broke all the time, like you just have to judge the person, and not judge like in a judgmental way, but judge them from like their posts and what they're putting out there. Like, can they benefit with this? Do I resonate with anything that, you know, they're posting or whatever? So I started to like make a list of people that I wanted on my team. Girls that, you know, I thought could kill it, people that obviously were great at social media, etc. And I like interacted with those people every single day. I asked them at one point after like interacting for a while, like, hey, would you benefit from this business? Have you ever considered it? And most of them said yes. Most of them have also said, you know, like, if I were to join, I would join with you because you didn't just attack me with it. You know what I mean? Like, we have to ask in a certain way. And sometimes when we send messages that are super wordy and like sound super professional, that's great, but it doesn't flow. It's not natural. Like, people don't like to feel like they're being sold to or bought or anything like that. They want that relationship first. So just remember, like, signing distributors is all about relationships. And when we're planting seeds and we have promotions come around, that's when all of the seeds will literally harvest. I mean, they'll harvest before then, but let's say they don't have $100 for 6 months straight, and then boom, we have a promotion. Those people are going to flood the gates. You just have to do your part, you guys. And like I said before, $100 is not a lot. We just have to stop acting like it is. And when we act like, oh, it's only $100 to join, you start a business in the real world, like a storefront business, for so much more. Like, people are going to debt to start businesses. So just keep this in your mind when you're talking to someone. Make it about them. What I did in conversations, I say, you know, why do you need this business? And I also have a chart that it says, you know, like the income charts. So I have the yearly chart, and then I have the average monthly chart, and I send them the chart, and I'm like, what number on here would benefit you? Because that's why I'm here for. Like, I'm not here for it to benefit me. I'm here for this business to benefit you. So what on this chart would benefit you? And then we talk about it. I voice message them. I don't text. Like, I don't text and tell them what this business means. I even try to get them on the phone, you guys, because when they hear your voice and they hear like you're invested with them, you're taking time to actually talk to them about it, not just text, not just copy and paste. Like, people can tell. So make sure you're talking to them about it with your voice message. Doesn't matter if you're uncomfortable, get uncomfortable, use voice message, and call them with your mentor though. If you are brand new, do not call them by yourself. I promise. It's like just really stressful. Like, use your mentor, because that's what we're there for. And 3-way calls, 3-way chats, group chats, maybe they don't have time to call you, but maybe they have more time to maybe have more time to like chat with you on Messenger. And the chart that I'm talking about, I will post in the recording, like the comment section of the recording when it's uploaded. It's literally just an income chart that says distributor to ambassador diamond. Okay, what number on here would be beneficial for you? Okay, if they pick diamond, then that's how you know, you can kind of gauge like, oh, they're a runner. Or if they pick $200 to $500, okay, they might have like the bare minimum mindset, because that's what we all had pretty much, but thousands of dollars once they hit their goal will be their goal. You know what I mean? So you just have to kind of do that to show them that you're here for them and not for yourself. But like I said, I'll post the chart in the chat so you guys will know. But that's really it. I could literally talk all night about how to design distributors. It's my favorite thing in the world. Last thing I do want to say though, you guys, when you are trying to build yourself to Ruby, like we talked about previously, you need three distributors. So what I encourage you guys to do is, if you just joined, I encourage you guys to get out a chart. I don't have a Ruby chart, it's in my desk, but it's literally 3 boxes. Write down in pencil people's names. Fill boxes with names. Like, they don't have to be people that actually join, but start getting your mind like working to where it's like, okay, who could use an extra like 50, 100, 300, 500,000. Like, who could use that? Or who could use a $10,000 bonus or a 4-figure paycheck in 4 months? You know what I mean? Like, who could use this business? Doesn't mean they all have to join. You can reach out to them all though. And I promise you, like, when you do this and you start thinking about people, more people come, and more people come. And you don't have to like continue to reach out to random people. Start with your inner circle first. So that's what I do. I have my newbies do that, like write down their chart, or write down their 3 boxes with the names filled in. And then from there, you don't want to like have to just keep focusing on, okay, I need to fill a box. I need to do volume. I need to do this. Like, bringing distributors into your business, you get a $100 fast start bonus every single time you sign someone, every time they get to 150. It's that simple. You sign 3, that's $300 if they all get to 150. You sign 6, that's $600. They all get to 150. Like, if you know that you want X amount of money out of this business, sign distributors, you guys. Does not matter how many customers you sign a dang distributor. It's simple, I promise. You just have to utilize your mentor and all the tools that we have. So now, pretty sure it's Gracie. I will stop rambling about distributors, but it is just so important. So important. Okay, so Gracie.
Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, good. My internet's been so weird today, so I was like praying that it would hold out for this. So you guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about self-development. And if you're newer, you might not even know what that means, and you might hear leaders talking about it and you're kind of like, I don't even know what they're talking about. So I didn't really know either. When Rachel first told me, like when I joined, she told me, self-development's great, whatever, get a book, buy a book. And like, I literally told her, like, when I was younger, I used to walk in like Barnes and Noble or wherever, and I'd walk past the self-development books and I'd be like, who wants to like read about themselves? And like I was so confused. Like, I was like, who the heck would want that? Like, I don't understand. And like, I legit told her for like months, I was like, yeah, I'll get to it. Like, I'll get to it, whatever. And then the one month she was like, listen, like, you're trying to promote this month, please, like, do some self-development. And I was like, okay, finally, like, I'll do it, whatever. So self-development, you guys, is basically just kind of diving deeper into yourself and learning about yourself and learning to grow your mindset, change your energy, and honestly, like, change your life, because it really, really does change your life when you finally start bringing in good energy and good karma and learning how to there's so many different ranges of self-development books, whether it's like helping you grow your business or just helping you grow your mindset, or even just overcoming hard things in the past that you might carry into this business. Like, if you, like for me at least, like, I never felt good enough. And so when I joined this business, I had that fear of like, oh my gosh, like, I'm not going to be good enough. And like, that held me back for a while, like in the beginning when I wasn't doing self-development. And when I finally got some self-development books, I was able to kind of let go of that past baggage and not take it into the business with me, which is so important, because you don't want to hold yourself back, especially when you're new. Like, you guys should be so excited and like pumped up, like, you're new, like, this is awesome, it's so exciting and fun, and like, you should be like rushy and like happy, and that's why we want to keep that continuing. So the best way to do that is by doing self-development and start like getting ahead of the curve and starting on that now, while you might still feel pumped up and excited and good, and because then you're always gonna feel that way. So I'm going to just tell you guys a couple of the books that I have read that I personally love, and then I'll just tell a couple little more things here and there. But Girl Code, I love Girl Code. I'll try to type these while I say it. Girl Code is amazing. That was actually the first self-development book that I personally read, and I loved it. Energy Bus, guys, that's another great one. I highly recommend that one for when you're just starting off. It's super, super good. It just tells you all about positive energy, and, you know, calling things to yourself will help in this business. If you're saying, you know, I don't think I could sign a customer, or, you know, you look at the leaders and you're like, I don't think I could ever be a leader. You're just going to be bringing all that negative energy, and we don't need that. You know, we need the positivity and the happiness and, you know, claiming that for yourself. And that's really what these books help you do. So I highly recommend, for being newer, Girl Code and Energy Bus. I think they're easy reads, and they're just a really good way to get your mind flowing and open. Girl Wash Your Face and Girl Stop Apologizing by Rachel Hollis. Everybody's obsessed with those. Those are like a cult favorites. And then if you're not into reading, which is okay, I know some of us aren't huge readers, guys, there are so many YouTube videos, podcasts. Before this Zoom even, I was literally for an hour and a half watching just YouTube videos of like motivational speeches. That's all self-development, you guys, because it's helping push you and change you and hopefully change your mindset and inspire you. And that's exactly like what our goal is. So you could even be, you know, listening to a podcast before bed, like just with your earbuds in and really taking it in. You know, sometimes people work better if they just have it on in the background and they're listening and they're doing their tasks. That's another great thing too, is podcasts. So books and podcasts usually are the best ways to do self-development, I think. Journaling is great, you guys. So good to get to know yourself. Right now I'm reading this book, which it is a little hard to understand sometimes. It's called Loving What Is. This literally goes deep into like your life, your thoughts, like the way things work, and it's super good to journal with. So journaling is another great thing. One thing that I want to talk about too here is something that I try to do every day, and that's to write my affirmations. So one thing with me, like if there's things where you want really badly and you want to call it to yourself, it is so good to sit down, you guys, and write it out. I will literally, I have like a whole stack somewhere, but I don't want to, where I literally write down 20 times on line sheet of paper, I will sign a loyal customer today, or I will sign a distributor today, or I will get 20 new followers on Instagram. And I'm telling you, just calling it to myself, you guys, like 9 out of the 10 times it has happened. And the times that it hasn't, it's because I didn't truly believe it while I was writing it and doing it. So affirmations are huge. I highly recommend that. Another thing, especially when you guys are new, is to create a dream board. That's literally what's right behind me. Dream 2019. And what it doesn't have to be as, you know, bougie as this if you don't want, but you could literally have it on a piece of paper, but just your goals for this year and what you want out of it. And you guys, like, you're new, hopefully this video has helped you a little bit more with like understanding just the logistics that go along with this, and like, you know, what a customer is and what that means. But it's good to set goals for yourself, guys, because then when you crush it, you're going to be so like emotional and excited. And on my I had a dream board from 2018, or no, actually it was, I had like a cheesier one. This one I made like a couple months ago, but it said to go just diamond this year. That was my goal. Was diamond by December. Guys, I hit diamond in, I think it was February or March. Like, and so I had to like redo my dream board. So just seeing that every day, seeing your goals every day, like literally like every day, like when I have to open my door, I look and I see everything that I want for the year. And so just visualizing and seeing yourself every day get to those goals and what you want is seriously going to do something for you, because it's going to make you want to put yourself in motion to get there. So a couple things, I just wanted to say a couple tips for newbies real quickly that I have learned, and then I will, you know, I'm just like so happy, but I'll try and wrap it up. So a couple things that I wish I knew kind of more when I was newer is just being consistent, you guys. So this obviously ties into self-development, but this ties into everything you do. I know sometimes like right when you launch, you're super excited, you're messaging all these people, and then, you know, days kind of go by and you might, I don't want to say dwindle, but you might just slow down, or, you know, life happens and you just slow down a little bit. You have to be consistent. That is the key to this business. And for so many people, I feel like that, you know, say that it didn't work for them and whatever. I genuinely think they just weren't consistent enough. They just weren't doing their steps that they need to be doing every day. And that's why Steps to Success is so good for like your monthly, I lost my train of thought, but you know what I mean? Like what you're consistent with monthly. Steps to Success is a great outline for that. So just make sure you're consistent, guys. Set some time aside. Like I was working 2 jobs and going to college full time, and I was still doing It Works. I'd get up an hour early, stay up an hour later, and use that time. It was super, super intentional with that time and being consistent, and it pays off. So that's one huge thing as a newbie. Stay consistent and don't let that fire burn out, which is why you need the self-development. What else? Oh, this is one thing too that I kind of want to leave you guys with a little bit, but I'll talk about it a little, is I was listening to a podcast. I think it was actually Rachel Hollis's podcast, and she was saying that it's so funny because we always say that we're so scared of failure. And if you're new, I'm sure you're feeling this a little bit. I mean, I feel like everybody is. But what she said that was so interesting was you're not necessarily scared of failure. What you're scared of is other people seeing you fail. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, wait, that's so true. Like if I fail, like I might be disappointed in myself, but if someone else sees me fail, then I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just messed up and I'm, whatever. Now I'm a loser and everyone saw me fail. But that's not even the case because one, those people shouldn't dictate your future, guys. They shouldn't. Like, they have no bearing on your life. They're not paying your bills. Most likely the people that are, hating or whatever, but hardly even know who you are. Like, they just feel so badly about themselves. And so that's why we shouldn't care what other people think. And when you're new, I know, like, I've had so many girls join and they're like, oh, I'm scared to post. Like, I don't know what they're going to think of me. And I'm like, what does it matter? Like, what does it matter? Like, I know it's a hard lesson to learn and you'll kind of learn it, I feel like, 2 more you go along with this business, but like you're providing for yourself, you're being incredibly brave by doing something different and exciting. And like, all you need is you. And you have this amazing group of girls, guys. We are like a family, literally. Like we are such a family. Like this, we're always going to be here for you guys. So let us lead you and love on you. And don't worry if there's one naysayer, you know what I mean? Don't let them dictate your future and your life and your paycheck. Like you need money and you're doing something. And I'm just like, that's so, so good. And it took courage to be here. So first of all, you can't even fail unless you're not trying. That's another thing too. If you're not trying, then that's where you're failing. If you're trying, then you're succeeding because you're waking up every day and you're trying. You know what I mean? Like that's a huge success right there. So I'm going to toss back to Lakin before I go on till freaking my time would be like another whole hour, 10:30. So I'm going to toss it back to Lakin to close out. But I love you guys. I'm so excited that you guys joined us and you're going to kill it. Okay, bye.
I just love you. You guys, I remember in like October of last year, I met Gracie. She was brand new. She was the cutest thing ever. So scared to sit with us, like her first event. And here she is, like the confidence in her life's changed. So that can literally be anyone, you guys, anyone. And so the last thing I just want to leave you guys with is, shush, please. The last thing I just want to leave you guys is we were all new at one point, but we just decided to never give up, to trust the process. Our journeys have not always been easy. That's just one thing you guys have to see. You see our success now. I'm a triple diamond, you guys, but to get to triple, it wasn't easy. I had life happen. We went through a lot, personally a lot, and it was hard. But here we are. If I would have quit, I would not be a stay-at-home mom of 2 kids, like about to bring their dad home. Like we wouldn't have what we have now. We would still be on WIC, food stamps, all the things. So just know that, yes, life is going to be hard sometimes. It's not the business. It's just life. Like life you can't control, but you can control your business. So when things do get hard, don't just kind of throw your business to the back burner. It's easy to do. It's really easy to do. And there are days where you do need to take a mental break, or you do need to do XYZ for yourself first, but don't throw your business to the back burner, because I promise you it is so hard to get back into the mindset of saying, I want this or whatever. Or it's easy also to blame it on the business and say, oh, it's this is the reason why I'm not doing XYZ, or this is why this happened to my life. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to throw that in there. But for the last, like, we went over a couple minutes, but what I want you guys to do is, if you guys have questions, now's the time to ask really quickly. We're going to leave it open for like 1 or 2 minutes. If there aren't any questions, we'll go ahead and like close out. But I just wanted to give you guys time to ask some questions. We went through a lot of info, and there's a lot more info out there. You just have to continue to self-teach yourself and watch videos and do the things you know you need to do. So we'll leave like 1 more minute. If there aren't any questions, we'll hop off. But I just want to give it 1 second just to see if there are. And if not, then that's great. I'm proud of you guys for sticking with us. It is 10:35, so it's a little bit late, but so much good info. Okay, so I guess there aren't any questions. Okay, so after everything is done converting, I will post the recording on our page. I'm so proud of you guys for being on, and I'm gonna stop.